I'd say we're safe. Go.
Okay. Welcome to Live Long and Podcast for another edition of Deep Space Nine, our 3.5-year mission to recap every episode of the best TV series Star Trek ever produced. We are finally here, guys. We've made it to the end of season 1, episode 20, In the Hands of the Prophet's Child. This is
Child.
This is an episode, divisive episode, a necessary episode, but nobody has a love for Kai Wynn. Nobody goes, "Oh, I love her," because you're supposed to hate her because she's awful.
But she's a villain. She's a complete villain. She's established in this episode as a villain, which I thought was great.
Absolutely, and I mean, if I had a Jum stick, I don't know where I would be putting it. But it's high vitamin C, so I mean, if you're depleted on the vitamin C, get in your Jum sticks because we are here to talk about this episode, and we are just getting started. Guys, don't you love everything with the Bajorans? I mean, it really.
It's like you heard our conversation in the car earlier.
Leela was a very she was multifaceted, I thought.
Right, she was.
I did not think that. I am being facetious. For the record,
really, I thought we were going to talk a lot about stereotyping and Odo really leaning heavily on the only way the culprit had to be a man. This is sexism at its finest.
Yeah, Odo. I like his line in this episode though, where he's like, "Seek them yourself." So Odo, a guy who works for the Bajorans, not too fond of the religious stuff.
Yeah, they're like their badge, their little comm badge is basically like their religious symbol, right? Mm-hmm. So it's basically like he has he's wearing the garb of a religious society, which they are, but they're also a scientific society, right? They're not all religious, right? And there are secular parts of this planet.
Just like how the Klingons are war race and the Ferengis are, profiteering scumbags, right? You have the Bajorans as religious fanatics. So
right. Well, let's talk about kind of what the main theme of this episode is: science versus religion. It's a tale as old as time. They even bring up Galileo at one point in this episode when Jake is talking to Sisko, trying to reason with Benjamin. Say, hey, it keeps happening again, and Sisko